As a result of all that, there were sanctions against Zimbabwe because the government went out and started taking back this land to say, listen, you guys didn't pay up, you got to vacate and so on. I'm trying to word it simply.
Yeah.
And the economic crisis resulted in the dollar, the Zimbabwe dollar, which, by the way, was stronger than the pound in 1980. Wow. It was stronger than the pound in 1980. By the time the year 2000 came, it was started crashing and free fall meaning it was just because of sanctions and because we found ourselves with no foreign currency reserves and so on. So when it started crashing, things became very expensive, and every day people's salaries would increase and the prices would increase to the degree that there were so many zeros that the Reserve Bank governor decided that we're going to delete 3 zeros. They deleted 3, they deleted another 2, they ended up deleting 27 zeros over a period of a few years. So when we say 100 trillion, you can add another 27 zeros to that to get the exact figure of what it was. And it's true that we had, wheelbarrows full of money just to go and get something basic. And now it's been replaced with, obviously, plastic money. But the inflation's come back to us because every time they printed a new note or they came up with a system, they pegged it one-on-one with the US dollar. In a short space of time, it actually became 100, 200, 300, 500,000, 2,000, 5,000, and it was crazy. So the only way of dealing with that would have been the gold coin, to go back to gold and silver, and to go back to the original. There was no other way of dealing with it. And Zimbabwe is rich in gold. So on one hand, you have sanctions where you cannot use the banks. On the other hand, you're rich in gold. And on the other hand, there's foreign currencies. There came a time when the government made an announcement to say you can use any currency you want, because just survive. So the Zimbabweans have been making a plan to survive from 1998, from 2000 approximately. A plan to survive. You use whatever money you have for as long as two parties have agreed. The US dollar was the major currency, and the rand, because that was readily available. And so the rand is a South African currency. Yeah. But unfortunately, the rand fluctuates as well a little bit. It's much more stable, but still. But the US dollar was the currency where I remember the former president saying, look, this was what he said. He says, well, they messed up with our currency.